Floodwaters are slowly receding after last night's storm. Now, central Jersey is dealing with a big mess left behind. Governor Murphy declares a state of emergency. Our team coverage continues as our crews survey much of the damage people are seeing right now. Between closed roads in several counties, homes and businesses flooded in different towns. I'm Della Cruz here on News 12. We do begin with the breaking news out of the Plainfield area. The flash flooding from last night is now deadly. We know at least 2 women lost their lives. News 12's Chris Keating joins us from Union County this afternoon. He has more on what happened and Governor Murphy's response. Chris.
Della, good afternoon. Governor Murphy has confirmed for us that, in fact, 2 women in Plainfield died last night when they were trapped inside their car, a car which is taking on high water during those intense storms. Unfortunately, that vehicle was swept away into the nearby Cedar Brook. We caught up with Governor Murphy right here in Berkeley Heights as he was assessing storm damage in this specific area of Union County.
You know, last night we got crushed. Not just here in Berkeley Heights, but in this part of the state in particular. We, New Jersey, we, America, we, the globe, we're getting dragged by climate.
The flooding and storm damage was a result of 6 inches of rainfall which fell in 2.5 hours of time. Here in Berkeley Heights, we're seeing low-lying areas where the water tore up asphalt and created a mudslide. We also know that businesses and homes and cars took on water from flooding. The mayor of Berkeley Heights is Angie Devaney. She gave us a rundown of what she's been seeing around town today.
Large boulders that have rolled down Mountain Avenue. We've seen buckling at some of our crosswalks on Park Avenue. Part of that, the western part of it is compromised. Plainfield Avenue, which is a county road, got a phone call from them this morning. Took a look before I came here. The embankment is gone. We've got utility poles that are compromised. They'll have to come out of the ground.
Now, getting back to those deaths in Plainfield, we do not yet have the names of those 2 women who were trapped inside of that car. We can tell you that Plainfield officials have confirmed for us that back on July 3rd, at that time during localized storms, they also lost 2 residents due to that storm damage. That's the very latest. In Union County, I'm Chris Keating, News 12 New Jersey.
That is so tough for that community, Chris. Thank you. In the aftermath of the heavy rain, Route 22 has heavy damage this afternoon. Parts of that busy road will remain closed today. News 12's Lauren Dew along 22 where that highway is blocked off. Lauren.
Yeah, exactly, Della. Route 22 blocked off in sections so crews can clean up and fix up the road. We're right at the bottom of Rock Ave, Route 22 here. This was all covered in water last night. This afternoon, it's covered in mud. And this is how high the water went on the grass here in front of the McDonald's up to this debris line here. Now, the water has receded. The NJDOT says there were 4 locations on Route 22 between Greenbrook and Watchung with severe damage. Here's some of what we saw, especially in North Plainfield in front of the Honda dealership. The median barrier dislodged and washed into travel lanes. In other areas, trees washed up, resting on the median, rocks and debris covering the highway from a collapsed barrier, and abandoned cars that now have to be towed away. And look at this video. This is what caused all that damage. So much water moving so quickly, making intense wave. It is absolutely hard to believe that this is real, but it is. Multiple people sending us footage from different angles, and you really just understand the power of water from looking at this. We talked to the general manager of VIP Honda about how they prepared.
Last night I had left the store and I was told the effort. They tried to move cars, but then when that divider broke, all the water came in, and we had like 10 cars still over here. This is a major flood zone. I can't believe that it's happened twice in 5 years.
With Ida?
Yes, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, we are going to get through it. It's unclear how long Route 22 sections of it will be closed, but officials are just saying avoid this area if you can. And I just also want to say the mud is very slippery, whether you're driving or walking around. So when you're looking at the storm damage today, just be very careful. We are in Greenbrook. Lauren Dew, News 12 New Jersey.
And that's a good heads up about that slippery mud. Thank you, Lauren. Staying on the roads, we are taking a look at more video of the aftermath of this storm. It dumped several inches, as she said, almost 7 in spots within a matter of hours. People stuck in the storm tell us it happened so fast.
And the water's halfway up the windshield, so it's getting deeper. It's almost like a raging river.
This video is from Dunellen. That area just could not handle all that rain. Cars were submerged under the water that was rising fast. And meteorologist John Marshall, that's the problem.
Yep.
Coming in torrents, rising fast.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And you know what? Route 22 is in a little valley section with the mountain literally against 22 West. And that water had nowhere to go, Della, but into the highway, and that's what caused all the devastation. Slow-moving thunderstorms was the problem as we continue to monitor the rainfall totals. Unbelievable. We keep getting slight updates here. Clark, 6 2/3 inches of rain in under 4 hours. Folks, that is a month and a half to 2 months worth of rain in under 4 hours. Simply unimaginable. All the way down to Milburn at 3 inches. Other areas down in Ocean County, Stafford County, Stafford Township, got 4 inches of rain, the pocket of orange there. Warren County, Bergen County, 3 to 4 inches of rain, but we have to hone in on southern portions of Union County. Take a look at this. Route 22 is right here. That storm sat there. There was nothing driving it. The atmosphere was in a traffic jam. Very weak conditions, but primed to form very heavy rain that really inundated this area. Phenomenal amounts. Unfortunately, we heard about the fatalities, and now the cleanup will continue. Now, the issue number 2 is, folks, it is going to get oppressively humid, and it is going to get hotter. So with all that water on the ground, it is just going to become humidity because there's just so much of it in certain locales. Look right now, we've got muggy conditions, gray skies. From time to time, you'll see some sunshine. That's the forecast, but look at the humidity levels. Oppressive. Today, tomorrow, the next day, Thursday, tropical feel. Folks, the humidity is going to feel like we're down in the Bahamas, and now the heat is coming our way. So we have a 1-2 punch in the forecast the next couple of days here with the heat and humidity. Any more thunderstorms in the forecast? Stray, to say the least, right here. Maybe a spot thunderstorm here or there, but really nothing developing. Weather systems move from west to east, so we don't see much in the way of coverage with these thunderstorms. Just an isolated chance later this afternoon. Della, the 10-day forecast and the numbers and how hot it will get coming up in a few minutes.
All right, John, Thank you. We do continue our coverage in North Plainfield. That town was hit pretty hard. A house exploded there. News 12's Tony Caputo outside that home on Parkview Avenue. Tony, it is fortunate that nobody was inside that house at the time.
Certainly is, Della, and I spoke with the mayor here in North Plainfield by phone at about 11:45 this morning. He tells me no injuries reported throughout town, and considering the amount of damage throughout the area and including this house explosion, that is very fortunate. Earlier this morning, I spoke with a gentleman who told me he lives inside the home with 4 others and their golden retriever. Fortunately, all of them were at his sister's house when the explosion happened last night, but his neighbor across the street witnessed it firsthand.
It just went boom.
Just like that, this home on Parkview Avenue in North Plainfield, gone. An explosion believed to be caused by leaking gas following last night's devastating storm. This road, like many others, became a river, literally lifting cars and moving them or even putting one on top of the other. Like the sudden storm, the explosion caught everyone off guard.
The house just jumped up. Everything the roof flew off. We ducked, we ran inside. All I could say was, hey Siri, call 911.
Across town on Sweetbriar Lane, residents living on the cul-de-sac were evacuated this morning after fire officials grew concerned that some of the foundations were not secure after floodwater receded.
We have 7 houses on the block, 3 with foundation issues that we know of so far, but they're doing the inspection now, so we don't know exactly. They did smell gas, that's why they evacuated us.
Can you tell me again how you know there's foundation issues, what they told you?
I can see, standing on the street, you could see inside the basement of everybody's house.
Just crazy. Now, we tried to get some video of that. We couldn't quite get a shot of what she was describing, but a lot of those folks are at the community center because of the situation there in that cul-de-sac. Meanwhile, cleanup continues here for a lot of homeowners on Parkview Avenue. We'll keep you posted as the cleanup moves forward. That's the latest from North Plainfield. Tony Caputo, News 12, New Jersey.
Thank you, Tony. A viewer in Wayne catches the moment that a delivery driver nearly gets stuck or struck by lightning. Watch what happens. Oh my God, talk about a close call. Thankfully, no one was hurt. A judge rules medical debt can stay on your credit reports, how many Americans are affected, and how much money is at stake. Also, the Plainfield Area Humane Society left to pick up the pieces this afternoon after those devastating floods completely destroyed their shelter. What we know about the animals left behind.